Holy moly, holy Toledo, maybe. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, Lightning Storm, the Australian Icon. Holy hell, welcome to the 46th episode of Figure Done Friday. For one, I want to thank you all for joining. For two, I want to thank some special people that I have here as well. I have now a cheeky showrunner at Dream Match Figs. I don't know if you guys know him, but if you want to, you probably should know him, okay? For one, because you... Wait. Is that...
Oh, what happened?
Dude, what happened? I think the Figure Gods was like, I think there's too much sauce in this episode. We have a showrunner, Dream Match Figs. You can find his link in the description. And now we have a new brand spanking new co-host, Justin Kendall, from the WrestlingFigureNews.com website and at WrestleFigNewsPod. How the hell are you doing, Justin?
I'm doing awesome. I didn't know I was in the Nick Storm vortex.
Dude, you've been consumed now. You're like in the Nick Storm void. We're like a step up now. But I want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat. You know, we got Kids Figs here. We have Alex E. We have Frankie. Nikki Boy, you're late. Look, the thing about Figure Friday and live, it's always probably late by a minute or two, okay? But we make sure we come here. We make sure we do it. But no, you know, I want to give a quick shout out to the boys at Mattel as well, Steve and Magic Almost. If you guys missed last week's episode, what are you doing? I feel like Triple H, you know, if you Figure Friday's so hot right now, if you've been living under a rock, all this stuff, you know, if you've been living under a rock, you know, Figure Friday to Netflix, any point, right? AOPW Figures, what's going on? How you doing, fellas? But yeah, man, we're gonna get a Netflix deal any second now, I believe, with ratings like this, right? But I want to give a quick shout out to that episode because I feel like that was a real fun episode. That was probably one of my favorites that I have done with the boys at Mattel. You know, I like when they have a fun time, and hopefully they had a fun time. I'm speaking for them. Yeah, you better have fun, okay? Pile Driver Figs, what's going on? How you doing, dude? Wrestling Figure Shirts. Hell yeah, shout out. But also, I want to give a quick little shine to this DDP. Was this a chase? Is there a chase going on? Or is this just I love these glossy tights, I won't lie.
It's a chase.
This is a chase, man.
It's definitely a chase figure. I didn't catch that last week, and now here we are. Like I can't believe that they actually are putting out two figures of DDP in this way, which I should have known that there was going to be a chase. Everything's a chase.
Everything's a chase. Everything's a chase. Look, that's hilarious too, because if you get that mainline DDP, right, you're just gonna have an extra Gorilla Monsoon head just floating around. Put it on a commentator or something like that. Put it on a crowd member. What? Loki want this DDP? Yeah, Pile Driver. Look, like the tights. I think the glossy tights is a big step up from the previous elites, and it makes me think, what other gears could benefit from those glossy tights compared to the matte? But also, I just want to ask Justin. Oh, you guys see these? Oh, baby, you guys see these? I want to ask Justin. Why are you here?
Why am I here?
Yeah.
I'm here to use code ICON on these figures.
Wait, you're here to use... Wait.
Use code ICON.
Making sure I get all the gimmicks in here. I'm making sure I get every single gimmick in here. No, but, you know, I want to give it, again, a huge shout out. I know I glossed over it in the intro, but I really do appreciate Justin and Dream Match for coming on board to this, because I don't think I could keep this going. Code Icon at Ring. That's definitely me in the chat, by the way. I don't think I could keep this going without, like, a special team. So thank you for one. And for two, dude, we're finally getting a look at these unmatched figures. Holy hell. I've been, like, dying to see this Will Ospreay. And, you know, there's some missing details on the Ospreay, which is a bit of a miss for me. But I'm just glad we're getting, like, an Ospreay head scan officially from a, you know, manufactured, mass-produced factory. I don't know. But this Danielson as well looks really, really nice. What do you think of these hot boys? Hey!
This is a great set. I love this set. I'm glad it's in the mail. Like, can't wait to get mine. Yeah, there are some misses on this Osprey, but can you believe that we're actually getting a Will Osprey that isn't like a ratchety Super 7? Sorry, Super
Man,
7.
yeah. Sorry, Super 7. Super 7, send me product. No, I'm joking. But like there were some like good figures in that wave, I believe. I think that Ishii was probably like one of the better ones from that Super 7 wave.
Hmm.
But that Osprey as well does not hold up in my opinion. It's got cool like soft goods and everything like that, cool accessories, but like the base figure itself, I think this is gonna have it beat maybe. I don't know. Just because articulation wise as well, and you got to think about the Jazzwares articulation. Those boys can bend. You know, they could bend like crazy. So they could bend it like Beckham if they like. But that screaming scan on the Will, it looked a little bit hit or miss to me in the render, and I still am really unsure about how I feel on that one. But I think the Danielson's looking pretty nice as well, and I like the gear for that.
I like that Danielson, and that's the one I believe Magic fixed the torso on.
Yeah, he's got the MJF sort of looking torso now, which is really nice, and plus that chain gear as well. And
Hmm.
yeah, he was having the bandage over the eye, and I think that's kind of sick when you can get that. Oh, I've got some comments down here as well. It's okay, Dream. I'll get these comments up just because I'm super haywire right now. Makes me wonder if we'll be getting the Shop AEW Osprey before March, since I thought it was advertised as the first Osprey to release. I think that might be the case, honestly, because and plus you got to think about like that Shop AEW has the soft goods as well. Maybe it'll take a little longer. I hope not, because I want that in my grips right now. Thank you, Magic. Yeah, Freaky Figure Friday. I mean, that's something to boast about. Freaky Figure Friday. We get freaky here, especially with that Netflix deal that we're gonna be getting. Definitely. Yeah, updated Danielson torso. Pause. Ayo. Osprey gonna make me crash out. Uh, the packaging for these AEW figs are so much better. New updated logo looks clean. I didn't even notice
Hmm.
that. Yeah, so we got that like the reflective gold. It looks really nice opposed to that like kind of concrete and gold style they were going for previously, right? The kind of pavement style, if you will. I like to call it.
And I don't think
Um,
we have it rigged up, but the back of the packs are different too, and they've stopped putting dates and events on them. I think, if I remember right from looking at the photos earlier. So
okay.
maybe we won't have that feeling of why is this figure so old? Why is this attire so outdated? You know,
Right.
but you can't really say that for a lot of these. I feel like they're pretty fresh.
Yeah. Yeah, especially like I feel like the Sky Blue was only last year, right? Like Collision.
Hmm.
It reminds me. Oh, you know, maybe was that last year or the year before, bro? I can't. It's 2025. I need to get my head around that real quick. But that's really nice. I want to speak on that Derby as well for a second. Sorry, but this Derby, man, like the jacket on this, I did not expect it to be hard. Like I expected it to be rubber, honestly, like rubber goods or whatever you call that, hard goods. I don't even know. I expected it to be some hardware, okay, from Ace Hardware at store, okay, maybe a little bit of Home Depot. But we get like a cloth one, and I did not expect that. And the paint drippings on that looks nice. What do you think of that?
I like it. I like that there's a different head here. I've seen him in that pink jacket so often now that that's really the one I want. It's like, but
Yeah.
I'll take another Darby.
Yeah, that's true. Like he's sporting that pink jacket everywhere, and also, man, a thing on Darby, he's practicing for Everest, I think, or rehearsing. I don't even know what you call that. Practicing, getting in the
Mm.
mindset for Everest. I mean, uh, please just save AEW already from John Moxley Darby. That's what I'm wondering. Okay, face came out great. Is this the first Sky Blue figure we're getting as well?
Yep. And I
Yeah.
think it's
Okay. Wow.
totally underrated too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is a very underrated look in my opinion. I wonder if they'll get like her original like hat as well, on the thing, or for like another release maybe. but they need to hurry and drop an Okada and a Fletcher. I absolutely agree. So we're going to have a segment on this episode where we actually talk about our most wanted for 2025, and maybe we'll see some names like that. So stay tuned for that. But this Sky Blue as well, I think one thing Phoenix Nitro told me about is I think the right arm might be like backwards. You can see the elbow joint.
Oh no.
Either that, or it's just like a case of swiveling the bicep, right? But hey, I don't know. Any thoughts on these? Oh, never mind. Screw your thoughts, bro. We got Cardblade to talk about. Oh, mate. I love that they have a Cardblade figure. Okay.
It's amazing. I hate that I'm going to have to spend more money on that one.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can just get the Cardblade accessory. I doubt it, right? But and for one, this mainline Jay White looks like really nice. Cardblade is so sick. It's a really great addition, in my opinion. It's so nice.
Do you think it's Do you think it's cardboard, or do you think that it's like some special material?
Okay. It might be like. I'm thinking it might be like you see the top of the packaging where it would hook onto like the retail peg. I think it might be like that, in my opinion. But maybe it would be sturdier, because I know if it's like normal cardboard and like if it's thin cardboard, I feel like that'd bend way too easy, and like you'd have to keep that in like a hard glass box and just leave it with special lighting, all this stuff.
Wreck it just getting it out of the package.
Dude, it's like got twist ties and stuff. You just rip it. Yeah. No, but yeah, like Cardblade is a really nice accessory, and for that main line, like the black and gold, Jay White, I think that's like a great counterpart to the Ringside exclusive that we just got, right? It's like the all red attire from the Ringside exclusive, right? It's like the red jacket, red tights, white boots. That's a really nice figure in my opinion, but some people were waiting on the black, right? Some people were waiting on the black and gold. Yeah, I think it might be like the Sammy signs. That's actually a good. Yeah, it actually might be like the Sammy signs. So yeah, keep that in mind. If it is, you should get your royalties, Phoenix. How about that? I'll actually demand you get royalties for that. And you didn't even think. Maybe you did think of it. It's a conspiracy. We need Jesse Ventura on here. But yeah, like the jacket as well on Jay White. This looks like fantastic if people didn't want to get that all red attire and maybe go for his more, the look he sports more regularly, I think.
These are the toys that broke us. I love it. I'm all in on Jay White. He's one of my top figures of the year. So we'll get to that too.
Okay, that's a little bit of a sport. So with our like, we have top fives each, right? So
yeah,
we've got Dream Match having a top five, Justin has a top five, and I have a top five. And I have seen Dream Matches, but I don't know of Justin's. I don't know Justin's, and Justin doesn't know mine. So it's both going to be a little bit of surprise, okay? A little bit of fun ski. But these stings as well, bro. Like a Blade Runner sting for one, I know is going to make a lot of fans happy, and there was actually, I think maybe this is why the line might have been halted for a little bit, because that mainline sting on the left, the Luminary sting, was a completely different attire. It was sporting, I think, red and yellow, if my memory serves me correct. It was doing it works for me, brother, I guess. They saw that attire and like, doesn't work for me, brother. We need to make him white, blue, and blue. And then beautiful. Here we go. What do you think of these ones?
I love him. I love this sting. I think that it was a great change. I still kind of want the yellow and red sting, but give me all the Surfer stings. We are so overdue for Surfer sting in this line, and I'm glad that they figured out a way to get them in, even if this is a WCW attire. I can't remember. Is it like Wrestle War 89 or something?
Dude, yeah, you have a better memory than I do. I'm still a baby. I'm a baby
old,
when
man.
it comes to this. No, you're experienced. I don't want to hear it. Okay, I'm inexperienced and you're experienced. Okay, I'll always put over.
Do you see the glasses too on this Blade Runner sting? Am I out of my mind here?
I do see those. Yeah, they look like sunglasses, right? They don't look like they have like any clear. I don't even know. Dude, I only wear sunglasses. I don't know of any other pair of glasses. But yeah, it does come with a pair of shades, it looks like. So that's pretty nice. It's got a new like a necklace that's not on the main line as well. So 1 of 3,000, baby. Let's see. I don't really like the J heads. Glad I had BW make me one for my ultimate. Yeah, like the J heads. I think the sculpting is fine on the heads. I think it maybe it's like it might be the factory like prints on it that like maybe mess it up and make it look a bit weird. I might have to get like if I get an extra J white and I have a couple heads to splice around and stuff like that. I might try and like get someone to paint it up, someone who's actually talented and not me to paint it up. So and see how it actually looks. See if my theory stands correct. But moving on, I do want to talk about we have this brand spanking new Storm Collectibles ringside exclusive El Desperado red variant. So the Storm Collectibles have been making a couple El Desperados from memory. The first one is really really nice, and the same thing. I'm gonna say the same thing that I said about that first one as well, which is these pants are incredible. Like I don't know what factory, I don't know who they're talking to. They're talking to the right people because they have a whole soft goods pants. I mean, and they have like little tassels coming off as well. Fantastic. And the mask sculpting, the detail on it, it looks really, really nice. I wonder, and I don't have any Storm Collectibles, which I should. It's in the damn name. But I wonder how they scale with the other figures.
I thought it was your family's toy company.
Yeah, look, now, new lore
It's not?
unlocked. New lore. We got new Nick Storm lore. This is actually, yeah, this is where I get my inheritance, actually, from all the... It's my family. Yeah, my ancestors from years past, decades, centuries past, actually, created this. And the first Storm collectible figure was a wooden figure. No, I'm completely
Wooden
making
Gorgeous
this
George
up.
or Ricky Dozen.
Yeah, dude. Like Vern Gagne, just
Yeah.
like wooden. Yeah, beautiful. And yeah, all of that is true and real. No, but what do you think of this El Desperado? Do you have any ties to El Desperado? And do you have any of the Storm collectibles figures?
I do. I have the original El Desperado. I love this line. I've got a Minoru Suzuki hanging out on the shelf up
yeah.
here. And I just wish they made more than one of them a year and then all the variants or whatever. But I'm going to skip this one since I got the other one. But I love how that red pops. It looks really cool. I don't need two El Desperados.
Got you. Yeah, this is very, very true. Look, I feel like it's like you can pick or choose now, and they're trying to make it easier maybe if you want to pick and choose. But that Suzuki, like I still need to grab that Minoru Suzuki because it looked fantastic. I think maybe for like a modern Suzuki, his torso was a little bit wide or something like that, like a little bit too bulky and jacked. But I think like the head scans and everything like that turned out really, really nice. And my showrunner Dream Match Figs actually owns the original Desperado, says it's incredible and it scales okay. So if you guys want to put it with like, you know, an AW figure, a WWE figure, yeah, it'll scale okay. All right.
Probably scales better than
Yeah.
the Liger, the Jushin Liger.
Oh, true, man. Wasn't that like super short from memory?
He was big.
Oh, the
He's
complete
way too big.
him and John Moxley having a 7-star classic.
Yeah.
Just him, Dustin Rhodes, and John Moxley having a triple threat. Who could be the biggest, guys? Yeah, I might grab this one because red's my favorite color. I don't know. I needed El Desperado, I think, regardless. But moving on, I do want to talk about. So we got this Money in the Bank ring set. So I think, not Money in the Bank. Hey, I saw green and my brain was like, Money in the Bank? No, bro. WrestleMania 40. But
that's the Money in the Bank.
That's the Money in the Bank. Yeah, there we go. But this is the WrestleMania 40 ring set. So I think this is really, really nice. This is like a real cool ring in my opinion. And seeing this makes me thinking it was like an elite scale. You know, it was maybe not a basic ring, but maybe it is better for a basic ring, get a more bang for your buck. You know, it's like, who really wants like a WrestleMania sort of? I don't know. I'd like a WrestleMania elite scale ring. What about you, Justin?
Elite scale, yeah. It looks like they retooled those the ring posts. They look different to me, but maybe I'm out of my mind. I have no interest in buying either of these, although my kid would probably love the Money in the Bank cash-in set.
Oh yeah, dude. So like this is something I wanted when I was a kid, right? Like
Mhm.
I don't know if maybe like Australia just didn't stock them. Maybe they were a thing of the past, but I just didn't see any rings, Money in the Bank play sets with scaffolding that could actually hook championships, Money in the Bank briefcases, all that stuff onto it, right? So this is like for one, I think that's really really cool about that. And maybe I need to grab like 4 of these to make an Ultimate X match. What do you think?
Yeah, you definitely need to do that.
Imagine that. That's the only reason I'm buying these. No. But you know, I think I would buy this if it wasn't like a gimmicked sort of what is that thing on the side? Like a bell? You can kind of just
Yeah.
do this
Well,
with
it
it?
makes sounds too. It's got like 40
Oh.
sounds or something.
Oh damn. Okay, so yeah, kids are gonna be annoying their parents with that. And more power to you, honestly. Annoy your parents with this set. How about that? If you guys, if you guys want to annoy your parents, make sure you pick up this Money in the Bank briefcase set. Normal size briefcase is nice since the priest case is too large. Dream Match Fig set, so that's another thing to keep hold on as well. But yeah, man, this is something that's very nice. But oh, for you retro boys out there as well, I don't know how big of a fan of retros you are, Justin, but we got some Rip. So is this freaking no holds barred Rip and Zeus, and then we got Sensational Sherry, and Miss Elizabeth. So or Queen Sherry, right? So this is pretty nice. I like the purple a lot. This is a retro Royal Rumble ring, with Brother Love, as you can see as well. So what do you think of this?
Macho Man's rolling in his grave on this, man.
Dude,
Seeing
yeah.
Hulk Hogan standing there with Elizabeth, that he's
Yeah,
got
dude,
something
the
in his
storyline.
eyes, brother.
He's got lust in his eyes, dude. Yeah, imagine if we could have gotten like a Macho Man in this set, dude. Macho Man Estate, please. No, please. Macho Man Estate. I know you're watching. Randy Savage Estate Incorporated. No, but I think for the retro, you know, I'm gonna skip out on these. I'm not a big retro head, but I love the shade of purple. I won't lie. This is like oh baby, this is eye candy to me. I don't know.
It's
I
clean.
have a,
I think it looks really cool. I don't collect retros. No real interest in them. I grew up on Hasbro's. I grew up on LJNs, but that bit of nostalgia just isn't there for me anymore.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Like, do you own the big rubber guys? Are you an
Oh
investor
yeah.
in those?
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I'm in on those. I still have my LJNs. So
How is the
that's
smell on the big rubber guys?
the smell isn't bad, but it is an LJN.
Okay. That's fair enough. Look, everyone puts over the smell, but
Hey,
we gotta
to each
tell
their
you
own.
we gotta tell you the business exactly. We gotta tell you what is what. No, but Aussie Legends TV, how the hell are you doing, Joe? Welcome. I have a question. Will we ever get a one of a kind RVD action figure? What does that mean? No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
a song, right?
One of a kind. Boom, ba-da, boom, ba-da. We get dude. We should release the entrance crates again. That's a great question. Get the entrance crates back, just so I can get one of a kind playing on a little sound box. Okay, and he can stand on it. For the Royal Rumble ring, would have been nice to get a Fink instead. Beautiful ring though. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Is there a Fink retro out there at the moment?
No.
Or no? Ah, there you go. We are big. Hell yeah. But dude, moving on. Oh baby. What? Live
You're
laugh,
right there.
live laugh, Judgment Day. How about that? So what? I'm so Dream Match. I'm remissed. Where are we at? No, I'm just kidding. But dude, I this R-Truth figure. I want to say, I wish it had one thing I wish this had is the armbands, like the John Cena armbands. I don't know if you remember, but he had like he was like, John Cena's my favorite wrestler, all this stuff, right? And then I wish like it was the removable armbands. Is that a thing? Is that a weird thing to have? Is that a weird
No.
thing to ask?
Nah, not with all the armbands we have with Ultimate Warrior and Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior, and now R-Truth. No,
Yeah.
but this is like the ringside top 10 guys. If you are unaware, this is like the ringside top 10 best selling of the week. So I'm very bad at reading show notes. Okay, so this is a thing that you guys will come to find watching Figure Friday. I'm bad at reading. No, but yeah, R-Truth. Look, a ton of R-Truth fans in the chat. Thank you, Dream Match, as well, for putting these slides together. You beautiful bastard. Okay, you. But we got number 10. This R-Truth from Elite. Is it 115, 114, something like that?
115.
115. Bang. See, I only got like the Rock and the CM Punk from 115, so I'm really like out on what line we're up to at the moment. But it's coming back to me slowly with people like Justin and Dream Match. It's coming back to me. Number 9, we're seeing this Shawn Michaels as well, which is like a insanely pretty attire. I love how the chrome came out on this one. Do you remember what line this is?
It is the From the Vault.
There we go. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's one of the more recent ones. I need to do my research, man. But moving on, number 8, we got Tyler Bate, dude. From
big strong
115 as
boy.
well. Look at those freaking thunder thighs, man. He looks jacked. I love that.
He's great. I just got him.
Dude, people have been putting over this Tyler Bate figure like crazy. And good, more power to them. I might have to cave in and grab this. I'm probably gonna have to grab this because this is the best Tyler Bate that we've gotten in figure form, no doubt, in my opinion. It comes with a nice like soft goods kind of robe as well. So that's number 8. Number 7, we have this Ultimate Edition Rock, right? Which is from, is it Ultimate Edition 25, 24, 25? It's coming with like the Damian Priest wave, right? Is that the Damian Priest wave? Great Muta wave. This is why I have you, Justin. Okay, because I'm out.
I hadn't seen this list, so yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we've got Logan Paul from the top picks as well. Same series as that Punk and the Stone Cold, all that stuff. Which this is probably like, in my opinion, the best, most accurate ring ready Logan Paul that we probably have to date, maybe minus the Mattel Creations Ultimate, because that's like a stand. That's a beautiful figure. But if you missed out on this one, this is probably the next best thing. Number 5, we got Ron Simmons. Okay, is this another From the Vault? Legends from the Vault?
Greatest Hits.
Greatest Hits. Okay, look, I can't even keep up anymore.
I don't know how you could.
Look, more power to you. And here we go. We got the dude. Hell yeah! I like the look of this slide. We got number 4, Ultimate Edition, ringside exclusive Ultimate Edition number 4, baby. It's CM Punk. So I'm surprised this is still in the list. This has probably been in the top 10 for like 2 months solid, right? I don't know. Don't take it with a grain of salt because I don't know the actual fact on it. But this has probably been in the top 10 since it was like shipping, in my opinion. Because it's still in top 4. So I don't know how that happens. Do you have this Ultimate Edition?
I do. It's a great figure, and you might hear about it in a little bit.
And yeah, you will. I know from me and from you. Okay, damn right, baby. We have to have some crossover. Okay, we have to agree on some things. Because if not, and I deduct that from your pay. No, I'm just.
Oh man.
No. But number 3, the Ultimate Edition Solo Sikoa as well. Probably the best solo that they've done as well, in my opinion. I might have to grab this one. I don't have an Elite Solo yet, so that's number 3. Number 2, that same top picks wave as the Logan Paul. We got that CM Punk in the all black MSG Holiday Live Tour 2023 attire, right? So I want to grab this just because. I love how I can't name like figure lines, but I can be like, this is exactly when CM Punk wore this attire. And it was Cody Rhodes trunks, all this stuff. It's like, come on, Nick.
Oh, man.
You know where your heart lies, okay? With the CM Punks of the world, obviously. But I really want to grab that CM Punk just so I can make different custom attires with decals. Okay? I mean, that's my big reason.
There's no other reason for this Punk.
Yeah. And number 1, baby. We got, so Dream Match as well, saying in the chat, since it went up for pre-order, this Ultimate Edition Punk has been in the top 10 ringside. I don't doubt that, hey. Absolutely don't doubt that. And number 1, we have the Royal Rumble-based Elite 115 CM Punk figure. Now, I've got this one in the mail, and so I can't wait to get this, honestly. I was there in person for this match, and I don't know if you guys have seen Harry Potter, but the one scene where you see Snape going, trying to curse Harry to fall and break his arm. That's what I was doing the whole time watching this CM Punk in the Royal Rumble.
Justice for Hangman.
Justice for Hangman. In my mind, I was like, justice for Hangman. No,
That's what I say all the time. This is a Hangman house.
Yeah, or he'll burn it down. Okay,
That's right.
Either one of, and I don't mean Seth, baby. Look, we can do all the like innuendos here. But I can't wait for that Elite 115 Punk, honestly. So you know, finally getting an updated gear. I think this is to me, I'm counting this as the first Punk we're getting in gear. You know, because you get the black trunks and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what are we doing, Cody Rhodes? What are you giving him black trunks for? Okay. Did you wash those beforehand? I don't want to even know.
He didn't.
But yeah, I want to give a shout out to people that we have in the chat. Welsh Dragon 180. How the hell are you doing, Welsh Dragon? Welsh Dragon? Do you know that one city in Wales, and it's like you can barely pronounce it? Can you pronounce it? Do you know how to pronounce it? See, tell me if it's like a Sufligo, something like that, right? I don't know. You might be able to tell me. I don't know. I'm asking an American about this Welsh
You're
name.
asking the wrong person.
You're supposed to be the news guy. No,
I'm the
You're supposed
guy
to be the
from
wrestle
Iowa.
news.
Like, you're asking a lot there.
I'm the guy from Iowa. But moving on. What we got next, Dream Match? We got... No, it's too complicated, even for me. That is so fair, dude. That is absolutely too fair. But you know, like moving on, I want to talk a little bit about Grand Slam coming up. I don't know if you've seen Dynamite the past week, right? But AEW Dynamite, baby, they're coming here. Finally, I didn't know if they'd ever do an Australian show for one, and this soon into their inception, right? It's only like what, is this the 6th year coming up now? I guess.
Yep.
Wow, that goes by fast. Holy hell. That goes by fast. I didn't know it's too complicated for me. It's like I did not expect them to come to Australia this soon, and also they're doing a Grand Slam. I was hoping it was going to be more of a pay-per-view, but I think they've been announced that it's going to be a 2-hour live show, so sort of just like a regular Grand Slam. Which for an international show, it's like, you should get... I hope they don't do a case of like, let's try and get everyone on the card. Let's just do multi-mans, right? Like, but we got the first match announced for AEW Grand Slam for you Aussies out there. And it is Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay versus Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. Now, holy baby! You know, selfishly, I wish I could see a Kenny Omega singles match in person. But... I can absolutely do with this. I can absolutely do with Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay tag teaming. What do you think of this matchup or this lineup so far? And are you expecting any, or are you thinking there's going to be any sort of more matches announced that you think are definitely going to happen?
Well, there's one other match that's already announced. That's that rookie, Toni Storm.
Of course.
She's wrestling
How could I forget?
Mariah May for the championship.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just jealous because like my family member's doing good and I'm not.
Well, I forgot. You own a toy company. You're related to Toni Storm, this awesome rookie, and yeah, she didn't hook you up with tickets. Maybe
No.
it's the amnesia.
It's probably the amnesia, you know. Too many. Maybe she's got like. Maybe it's like pre-CTE or something like that. Pre-TE. That's a bad
usually
joke.
how it is, right?
Yeah, pre-TE. But look, the Storm bloodline runs thick, man. We got Lance, we got James, we got
That's
Tony. I
So
think
many
there's another
Storms.
one. Tim. I think Tim's one. Tim Storm, shout out to you.
Osprey named a move after you, the Stormbreaker.
Yeah. Yeah, you know why? Because he actually used that move on me first before anyone else, and it actually broke me inside.
How
Mentally,
awesome was
emotionally.
Dynamite? How awesome was that start? The Omega
Dude.
powers there.
The Omega powers. Okay, dude. I think we got. I think you've just like coined the term, right? The
I hope
Omega
so.
powers, because that's amazing. That's actually beautiful. The Omega power, like that. I think that's probably up there for like my top 5 intros to Dynamite, right? Like that. What a like hard hitting intro, and like that puts into perspective the main event scene that they have booked right now. Like, I think the Osprey and Kenny stuff is getting more heat on the show than the Death Rider story at the moment, right? Like, and Cope and all that stuff. Like, you could hear it in the crowds. And in my opinion, that's just where my heart is as well, because I'm a giant Kenny Omega fan. What do you think of that? Do you think, like, maybe they should revolve the main event scene around Will and Kenny more? Or what do you think should happen there?
Yes, absolutely. And I think they'll get there. But, like, I loved Kenny's return, but I'll be honest, like when he came out to Battle Cry, I fucking lost it. I was like, this is it. He's back. He's officially back. And they gave him the star treatment, you know, all the pyro and flames. And that's what we need more of. It had that feel to it. I was like jacked up, ready to go.
Dude, yeah. Once you see that Tron as well, the fiery Tron, the new Tron he has, everything, like, they should be treating Kenny like that always. Like, he is one of the biggest stars in wrestling right now. One of them, I'd say probably one of the most influential in the modern era. Like, you look back at, like, all the Tokyo Dome main events, how many, like, this new generation of wrestlers probably got inspired a ton by his work, in my opinion. I can see it. You can see it on screen sometimes. I mean, for me, I'm a blatant Kenny stan. Okay, so obviously I'm going to see it, obviously. But Dream Match Fig says, Death Rider started hot, but seems to have no end game. I agree there, man. Like, I was making this joke in a group chat I'm in. They need to go on a suffocating spree or something again, right? Like, the first instance they have, you see Claudio turning on Danielson, like, and Danielson's like, what the heck? Mox just grabs his plastic bag, starts trying to kill this Bryan Danielson guy. What? So yeah, that's a crazy visual to start with, and then, like, it's kind of been, like, mellowed out since then, in my opinion. But
yeah, they should have went more chaos with it like that and less formulaic. But
yeah, and in my opinion, they have whoever is set up to win that from Moxley. They have a star, like, immediately, right? Because we haven't seen that championship in how long. So, as soon as someone wins it, boom, over. They're going to be over. So, who do you think's going to be the one to do it?
Give me Kenny, give me Osprey, give me either one of them. Let's get it going, get it moved, and move on from this, and try and get the Death Riders or Mox back on track.
Yeah,
whatever that is,
agree.
however that is, like more violence. That's all I want is violence from them.
They need to take a step from Brody King and be like, violence!
Yes.
Just say violence 10 times over. Kenny needs to beat Mox. This is showrunner saying. Showrunner notes. I'm going to say showrunner sample. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a name. Dream Match is good with the names. I'm not. Darby is gone for months. Kenny needs to beat Mox. Just give it to our boy. Yeah, I agree, man. Like, if Darby wasn't training for Everest right now, he's, like, the obvious pick for me, in my opinion. Maybe they're trying to do something at All In. Y'all-in, I should say, because it's in Texas. Maybe a Daydream. There you go, Dream Match. But moving on, let's see what else we have here. So
my honorable mentions.
Here I go into our top 5 right now, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah, this didn't quite make it, but this was one of my favorite Elite figures of the year. It's the Kurt Angle Legends. I can't remember the number. I want to say it's 24, but yeah, this is everything I want in a Kurt Angle. A colorful attire. It's an unreleased attire. Just perfect. You know, it's true. Kurt Angle.
Dude, yeah, I need some milk after seeing this, you know? This is I like how the stars are metallic as well. Like, it's you're not seeing, like, they're going half-assed with it, you know, just trying to make it dull and be the rest of the matte finish of the attire or whatnot, right? Like, the gold stars actually look pretty reflective. You know, not too reflective, but reflective enough where you can tell a difference. So that I do like.
And it's one of those figures that feels great in hand, just posing it around. Like, it's top notch.
Top freaking notch. I'm waiting for, like, that shaved head, man. Kurt Angle. So I can't wait for that. I don't want to have to use the term perk angle, but I will. Okay?
No.
He hates that. I know.
Yeah.
He hates it. Let's just say, how about bald angle? That's better. He'd rather be bald, right? I mean, don't we all? I'd rather be bald. Best
All
card with
right.
hair.
My next one is Danhausen from the vault. You that soft goods cape is only second to the one that your lady friend has created. But
Dude, she's right there. I need to tell her that.
yeah,
Hey, Sarah, this guy has Danhausen on his honorable mention, and still thinks your cape is better.
still,
No way.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
there you
But
go.
the wired cape, nice touch.
Yeah.
Jar of teeth, love it. This is my favorite Danhausen, and I got it autographed. So Ring of Honor legend
man.
Danhausen.
So I mentioned might have been at the start of the episode or maybe off air. What's up, Mo the Fig God? How the hell are you doing, sexy thing? Welcome. But I might have said this at the start of the jump, but I'm seeing Danhausen next month. He's coming here in March, I believe, for a wrestling show. You got Matt Cardona on the card as well. So a ton of really cool people coming here, and I even think, what's his name, Sidney Akeem, Scripps.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie is going to be on the card, which I'm excited to see Reggie because he's kind of nuts. Him Vikingo having that match at GCW, I can go on and on, but to get this signed, I think I might definitely have to do that. Reggie has been great in GCW. I might definitely have to get this signed. I've been thinking because I got originally 2 of those heels and faces zombie sailors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and I got 2 of them, with the early bird thing, so you got the special accessories as well for that little time that you can't get anymore. So I'm thinking of bringing, because I've got one mock right up there. I need to get that signed ASAP and the accessory pack, just so I could rub it in someone's face.
Yeah, that accessory pack's great. I love the little bag of human money.
It's so good. It's got Danhausen's face on it and everything.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
So my next honorable mention, the Steiner brothers.
Ooh.
I don't think that this set is getting its due. This is something that we've been waiting for so long, and they put so much detail into the heads. You can see like the little strap hanging on Rick Steiner. You've got
Yes, man.
the coats, and like the shade of yellow on the arms is a little different because they
Yeah.
graduated at different times. Just so many nice little touches to this, and it's kind of doubles as a WCW, but right on the cusp. I mean, it's a WWE debut set, but yeah, it's WCW to me.
Insane attention to detail on these ones. Like even Dream Match Figs in our producer chat he's saying 2 different boots on Rick is goated. I didn't even notice that at first.
Mm-hmm.
Like that attention to detail in of itself, and like you said, because they graduated at 2 different times, the varsity jackets are 2 different shades. That's crazy to me. That's awesome. Like good, yeah. Shout out to this is a great little honorable mention to have.
And my last honorable mention is Asuka. How could you not have this on there? You can tell the love and care that Bill McKenna put into this figure. The soft goods, just probably the best of the year. Has to be close. And they're using all those Barbie resources. Just, you really can't beat Asuka. And she should probably be on the top 5, but she didn't make it.
Yeah, that's so fair, man. There's so many like honorable mentions. What's up, Rob? Fashionably late. Hey, look, Figure Friday's always fashionably late, like by a minute or 2. So you're actually on brand. Okay, so welcome. But yeah, dude, that's so fair. Like, there's so many honorable mentions that I have on my list. That's like, I wish I could have just snuck you in here. Yeah, and there's so many honorable mentions that I still have left off that I've been thinking through the past week. I'm like, this should have a mention. This should have a mention at least. But dude, this is like you said, Bill puts his heart into these figures, man, and like you can absolutely tell with this one. This is like a passion project, it looks like.
Mm. And then my top 5, number 5 is Cody, the Ultimate Edition.
Oh, great.
I thought this was such an upgrade over the Mattel Creations version. I like that they didn't go back with the soft goods and they took a stab at doing the removable arms and the molded jacket, and I think it really worked. And then even just the figure feels so much better in hand than the other version of Cody. So that made number 5 for me. There's some miscues. The weight belt's off. The heads they could have given us some different heads, but overall I thought that this was a pretty strong contender.
Yeah, true that. I love the torso change on this for one is like the biggest upgrade to me, and the
Hmm.
coat is fantastic looking.
Yeah. And then my number four is Jay White, the ringside exclusive. I've been waiting for this figure. He didn't get to the level of Kenny Omega as far as the number of people making customs of him, but he was up there for a long time
Absolutely.
as
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
those most desired.
Dude, absolutely. You'd see like people, mixing and mashing different head skins with different hair pieces. Like for one, I remember people would use a Wade Barrett head scan and put like a long hair piece over the top of it, try to Dremel the head down, all this stuff. They would use a Park head scan, Neville head scan, I should say. So this is an absolute great inclusion, dude.
The ripples on the tights, the sort of slices, I thought that was a nice touch. The switchblade necklace, the soft goods jacket. There's just so many little details that are, or add-ons that are great to this figure. But heads are still a little hit or miss, but still, I'll take it. And then
Yeah,
my number
exactly.
three is Brody King, and this could be either the ringside exclusive, Blood and Guts, which I think is probably the way to go, or the Walmart exclusive if you just want to find it in store. But I liked these because they were so easily posable, and the tattoo detail, the deco on this figure is unreal. But I got the original, like the main wave Brody, and the arm broke off, but
Yeah.
these are just so buttery smooth that this is all time one of my favorite figures of this year.
Yeah. Dream Match is saying Brody's best tattoo work I've seen on a figure. I mean, I think hands down. Like that's my opinion as well. And for these Blood and Guts figures, I think from memory they actually watch the match, they try and get freeze frames of the match and try to make the blood as accurate as where it landed on their body, on their face, all that stuff. So, and this Brody like this is your photo on the right, Justin?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great photo, mate. Like great like lighting as well. Like it really like accentuates it. This is fantastic. I had the same issue with my first Brody King, the unmatched 8, right?
Hmm.
And the arm broke off. So
Yep.
I'm absolutely in need of one of these two. Probably both, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna cave. I'm such a Brody mark.
Yeah, I don't know what they did to fix the issue, but it's definitely fixed on both of those. So, and then my number two is the Ultimate Edition CM Punk. Uh, I mean, this is one of the most desired CM Punk attires out there, and to get it in Ultimate Edition form, and to get the kiss blowing hand and head,
Yeah,
it's just they did everything right with this. And honestly, it could be number one. It's like a 1A, 1B situation for me
right.
because I've got a very strange 1A, and
Ooh, okay.
that is Papa Shango, the
Look at that
Ultimate
hot stuff,
Edition.
Justin Gilbert nailing this top five exactly. This is great, man.
I loved everything about this figure from the moment I saw it at Comic-Con. The eyes rolling back in the head, the curse hands, the skull, just the cape, everything they put into this figure was worth it. And then, I mean, you add in like the Ultimate Warrior, and yeah, it's not like a memorable attire or anything, but you get that head with like the goo coming out of his head, and then the like chalk line style old school 1989 merch jacket. It, just a great set, but Papa Shango was number one for me.
Dude, honestly, like I do not blame you. It's not. This is not even out of the ordinary for me because look at the attention. Again, I say attention to detail a lot, but the attention to detail on this Papa Shango. Look at the like the skull he's carrying around, like the necklace with the bones on it, his cape as well. And that Ultimate Warrior for one, the chalkline jacket is like the biggest pop, right? Like that's so cool. We need a Steve Ozer figure. I keep saying, man. Give me a Steve Ozer with a chalkline jacket.
Uh,
Um,
Bring up that Kids Figs comment and tell John from Ringside right now. Like, there you go. I got a cell under my belt. I'm gonna ring
yeah,
the
come on.
bell.
Do you have a ringside code yet, Justin?
I do not, but I
Dude,
think you do.
I think Code Icon plays the video again. Look, I don't want to. I will spam it if I have to. No. Good detail. Give us more, dude. Exactly. Like I have like I think it was the Target exclusive Ultimate Warrior, like with the same sort of head scans that this comes with, right? So I'm not really after a warrior, but I'm absolutely after this Papa Shango. And you can't have one without the other, right? So, like, this is, man, this is a great top 5. So, I absolutely do not blame you for these ones.
All right, let's hear yours, man.
Ooh, okay. Is this, I think is this Dream Match's, honorable mentions or I'm up next? Oh, baby, these are my honorable mentions. So, honorable mentions, I want to give a shout out to. Let me get my list up because who knows what I wrote, right? No, I want to give a shout out to this Mattel Creations 4-pack, right? The Territories 4-pack featuring the Territory Championship. Oh my god. Whatever, right? The NWA title, I like to say. But I want to say more so this Harley race is one of, I think, my favorite figures of the year. Even if it's an honorable mention, right? But if I had a top 10, this would absolutely be into it. I log on your site every morning, brother. You keep me up to date. Look at this, Justin. Hell yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
Always got to give Justin his flowers. You do amazing work over there, dude. So absolutely. And if I'm in a pinch and I need news, bro, I just go over to that website and I shout it out. You know what I mean? So yeah, absolute huge shout out to Justin's website. If you guys aren't aware, it's in the description. And definitely check it out if you want wrestling figure news up to date. Okay, but this Harley race, man. Like I said, like, I think this is a really underrated Harley race. This is the first time we're seeing an NWA title in any line in Mattel, and I think this is overdue. You can absolutely use this for, you know, Ric Flair if you want to do it. You know, if you have a Jack Briscoe, you know, custom somewhere. We need a Jack Briscoe figure. How about that? That's my most wants now. I'm starting to collect again. What do you recommend?
You're hearing it now.
I recommend this Harley race figure. No, if you're just starting collecting, I'd say look at the Ultimate Edition line, and see if there's any really big ones that you really want to get, because that's a great way to start in my opinion, from the ground up. But these lists though, because I want to give another mention to this Hardy's 2-pack. I believe it was Amazon, right? The Amazon exclusive.
Yep. Got to dance while your brother's getting beat up.
Exactly. Exactly, dude. That's the only, when my brother's getting beat up, that's my only instinct is to, and I didn't even have a brother, you know. I just start dancing. But for one, I think more so I want to put over this Jeff Hardy, because I think this is like a sleeper hit of this set, and especially of 2024. For one, I was super excited when we saw this at reveals, like, was it Double or Nothing last year? And then they took this mat away, and we were like, what is happening with these ones? We have no idea what's going on with their contracts and all that stuff, right? We have no idea what's happening. So I'm really glad that we still were able to get this 2-pack, because this Jeff Hardy is probably one of my favorite Jeff Hardy figures we've gotten. It's coming with the mesh shirt, the fishnet shirt. It's got a towel, a cloth goods towel connected to it. We haven't seen that cloth towel since like the Jax days. And I keep putting that over. And the purple armbands, like I was putting over the purple Royal Rumble set just because of the color purple. Okay, we got purple armbands, and also the face paint looks incredible here. Do you have this 2-pack, and what do you think?
Absolutely. This is the Hardy set to get if you're getting a Jazzwares set of Hardys. Like, this is the one. Yeah. I do like the non-face paint head that they put out on the earlier version, but this is the most colorful one. I love the mesh shirt on it. I love Jeff's face paint, and the soft goods towel coming out of the back of the shirt. Just great stuff.
Yeah. Dude, like, yeah, exactly. And the mat as well is a really nice mat.
Maybe
I don't know if I'd put over this mat or the Unrivaled that came out mat. I don't know which one I'd
like
put above
Broken.
the other. Yeah,
I like the Broken original, but this is like number 2, very close number 2.
Dude, abso-freaking-lutely. And more honorable mentions, you know, the Jazzwares Vault line. I guess it is the Vault line, right? Now I'm saying, like, because there's From the Vault, there's Jazzwares Vault. It's like, what's happened? No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I need to go on to WrestlingFigureNews.com.
Maybe. I've heard it's great.
We need a drop, and it's just explosions. WrestlingFigureNews.com. But yeah, like these Briscoes as well. These were like some of my most anticipated figures of last year, and I think they blew me out of they honestly blew me out of the water. They blew my expectations out. Honestly, I don't know what you think of this 2-pack, but there was like mixed opinions on this 2-pack in my opinion. But I kept looking at the smaller details, like the fact that Jay Briscoe has his unique, wrist tape, and they go in between the fingers, like that. That to me is like a great attention to detail. His head scan for one. I really, what the? That's when you know it's a good figure. Okay, Nick Storm does a burp. No, but like in the cloth goods as well, they do stain, but hey, at least they are cloth. There's one thing I think you can like wash cloth, like black cloth goods to make them not stain. I heard that somewhere, right?
Yeah, I usually wash my clothes in a gentle delicates bag, gentle cycle, and that helps get rid of the stain possibility, I guess.
I don't even wash any of my clothes, so maybe I need to start washing my clothes in general and figure clothes. But I think this Mark Briscoe as well is a pretty underrated Mark Briscoe. I like how that likeness turned out so goddamn much.
Yeah, it's a great set, and it sold out for good reason.
Yeah, very, very, very true. Moving on, we got my top 5 list, and I want to include it with not an AEW figure, not a WWE figure, technically. We got an MLW figure. We got this Jacob Fatu from Boss Fight Studio. And now, like, this is a great, in my opinion, you could absolutely fix this up and make it an updated Jacob Fatu. I mean, let me just freaking show you right here. Bang.
Oh.
This is a little bit of a custom I'm working on. I've got decals on the way from Curb Stomp, from his Bad Blood attire. So I'm very, very excited to do that. But I switched out the calves with some like Sting calves, and it actually makes it really, really nice in my opinion. I don't know. It kind of, the height is still a little bit, it's still a little bit on the shorter scale. I want, dude, me too. I want more Jacob Fatus in my lines. Okay, give it. Okay, you'll have to fight me for it. How about that? You're gonna have to fight me for it. No, in a match with this, but like even the barbed wire bat it comes with, which is a cool detail in my opinion. But obviously, like Jacob Fatu, when he was in MLW, when he was on the Indies, he was like one to look out for. Like he was a show stealer, one of those people on a card. If you saw him, you'd be like, "Holy hell, man! This chunky man can just fly." And that's how I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be a chunky man that can fly. So he's very motivating in that way. But I think like even when it's all said and done, man, this is like pretty great detail. I don't know. Do you have this, Jacob?
I do.
In hand?
It's great. I love this figure too. I wish it scaled a little bit better. It's on the smaller side, but
right.
I think you're doing some sorcery there with that fix up.
Shout out to My Damn Toys for the idea. Yeah. I have my army of 2K. I'm looking to buy that. That's so fair. That's so fair. Look, who doesn't anymore? And another one. Oh, baby. Number 4. You know what, dude? Cero Miedo. So, as we can see, right? Like, I think it was last week. Maybe I can't. These weeks are melding together, right? But he debuted on Raw. For one, great presentation for Penta. And that just reminded me more of, man, what Penta... I want to include like a Penta into this list, and I remember really loving this 3-pack Jazzwares Vault Penta, and this whole pack in general. I loved this. I'm going to be poor, dude. Exactly.
Welcome to collecting.
Unfortunately, welcome to collecting. It sucks. 2 weeks ago, yeah, Penta debuted. So, and that Jacob Fatu is a hot figure right now. Exactly, dream match. But yeah, man, like Penta debuted and just reminded me more of like. I love the hits of silver that we get on this Penta for one. And I like the smiling scan as well. The tattoo details, I mean, all this stuff. I think Penta figures are some of the best that Jazzwares have to offer. Thank you Magic Almost for making these great freaking head scans for Penta. An honorary Lucha bro, I like to call him. And he accepts that term, okay? And he likes it. And he needs it on a shirt. How about that? I'll get a Magic Almost shirt and I'll take the royalties. No. But... I don't even know what I'm on a freaking tangent, man. Do you
It's a
have this
great set. Yes, it's a great set. That's one of the best Phoenix figures that out there. It's an
Yeah.
underrated Pac figure. I was iffy on it until I got it in hand, and it grew on me. I didn't think it would, but that head sculpt is really kind of cool with the swept hair, and
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's the whole set's really nice. The packaging's great, thanks to Chris Metzger. You get the trios championships for the first time, just all around A+.
Yeah, and like I you were mentioning the hair swoop. When I first saw it, it reminded me of like when I was a young boy, my father, like just emo Park. And I'm like, okay, I got black fingernails, I got nail polish, it's fine. I like a little bit of emo, but I'd rather it with the hair out of the face. But like you said, it grew on me as well. Like when I mean, there's not many times in a match where he doesn't have his hair in his face. I'll say that. So it's good for like mid-action photography if you want to do it that way. But for one, like, hell, this pack is now an honorable mention. But yeah, no, the 3-pack, not the pack itself. I need to make that clear. But the 3-pack itself, honorable mention. But I'd say my number 4 goes to this Penta. And number 3, moving on, we got another Jeff Hardy in the set. Oh my, better. I'm a mark. I don't know if you guys knew this. Oh man, I'm a stinking nerd when it comes to Jeff Hardy figures. But I don't know if you have this one, Justin. This is, in my opinion, I think this, and the reason why this is in my top 5 list and not that other Jeff Hardy from the 2-pack is one thing will be on this is the articulation. So the articulation on this, the torso, is fantastic to me. I believe it's like a completely new sculpted torso. We haven't seen this before on another Jazzwares figure. Sorry, my mum is messaging me. Just kidding, that's a lie. She said, I'm watching Figure Friday. You guys need that Netflix deal right now. And I said, yep, thanks, Mum. See, most supportive ever. But I want to talk about the articulation on this because the articulation on the Amazon exclusive, with the Jeff Hardy with no, take the shirt off, he's just got his abs exposed, that Chris Jericho torso. I'm not a fan of it because, like, you can bend it in a sort of way. If you want to do a twist of fate with that Amazon exclusive, right? Jeff Hardy with, like, the purple and the yellow. It kind of just breaks off in the middle after a certain point. It doesn't bend to, like this figure does, in my opinion. Like, the articulation, the ab crunch is a lot better on this one. And honestly, like, I think I've heard this said before elsewhere. I think CMW Toys and I were agreeing on this. It reminds me of, like, a Jax figure, like a Ruthless Aggression figure, but like updated. And I love those Ruthless Aggression, or Deluxe Aggression, I should say, figures. I love those Deluxe Aggressions. So, and I think this just reminds me of those. So maybe that's like a nostalgia hit. But if that's the case, what do you think of this one?
I like it. I like the face paints. I think they're cool. You get the mix of screaming and straight face. And we didn't know for sure if we were going to get this one or not. We saw sort of that render of the head, and then it got pushed back. So I think that after I got the Amazon one, I was kind of like, I think I only need one of these. But hey, if you're a Jeff Hardy guy, I get it. Yeah. It's very cool.
Yeah. The only thing, like, I wish it was a different attire, like, for one, right?
Mhm.
The all black, it kind of gets lost on me a little bit, but another thing I like is these head scans. You can just pop them on the Amazon exclusive. You got a new Jeff Hardy. So, for like, that in of itself is pretty nice as well. So that is my number 3. And number 2, what we got, baby? You know it. Oh, baby. It's showtime. Me when I'm on Figure Friday. It's showtime. But dude, I love this thing to bits. This is the Supreme, Unrivaled Supreme, I believe Walmart exclusive, right? It's like a Walmart line now. So, get me a Walmart in Australia, okay? Please. Figure God. I'm begging. Or even a Sam's Club, I'll take that. I'll take even a Sam's at this point. Shout out to Sam's Figs, okay. But this, like, for one, this execution, I did not always repping Sam's Figs. What's up, that high wrestling guy? But for one, I did not expect this robe to be soft goods at all. We saw renders of this, and I was like, oh, maybe it would be soft goods. Completely doubting that it would be. Absolutely not even thinking that it would be like rubber goods, you know, like the elites that we've seen from years past, all that fun stuff. Ugh, all that whatever stuff. But no, man, like we got 2 interchangeable shirts, I believe. We got 3 different head scans, if I'm remembering correctly. We got a face mask as well, so we can do the whole thing where he's like, oh, it's just a Sting fan in the crowd. Just kidding, it's Sting, bro. And like that for one, this looks fantastic on display, man. And really great to get a singlet version of Sting, finally, after all this time, right? I mean, we got like that old elite of him, like the was it like Hall of Champions or something like that? Hall of Fame?
Well, yeah.
It's been too many years.
Yeah.
It's been way too many years, right? But yeah, like since that Sting, and so I think this was long overdue. And this is a pretty great execution of it. You know, with some Supremes, my shoulder joints get super loosey-goosey, which is like a bit of a hit or miss for me. But again, like you could update this and make it like a WCW attire Sting if you really like. So that for one, I'm really excited for. And maybe when that Sting 3-pack releases in the future, you can plop those heads on it as well. But my number one, as you can see, you got a little sneak peek there. You talked about it before, Justin. This freaking, he's doing the Ricky Starks pose. Look at him. It's CM Punk Ultimate Edition. Oh, baby. I mean, if you guys have been a consumer of my content over the past month or so, it wouldn't be any other figure. I'm sorry. It just wouldn't be any other figure. It's got this CM Punk. So, like you said, man, this is like, people have been waiting for an execution of this for a long while, in my opinion. For me, for example, absolutely. And I think when CM Punk signed back with WWE, this was like, oh, if they don't do this, what are they doing? You know, you got the match-specific head scan with the blowing the kiss, which, in my opinion, it turned out, I fixed it up a little bit. I don't know about your kissing head face. What a sentence, right? But my eyes were like going like bug-eyed, like he was a snail for a second. And so I fixed that at least, and so now mine's like pretty nice, and it's just fun on display to have, in my opinion, especially if you're blowing the kiss to a certain McMahon, maybe. Let's say that.
It's a great figure. There's a reason it's been on that top 10 list forever, and yeah. I can see where this is a lot of people's number one figure, and those picks are great. The sitting with the championship, they did a great job on the studio shots selling this thing.
Yeah, dude, that was actually me with an iPhone. No, I wish.
So good.
Yeah, these are like fantastic shots for one, man, and a great execution. But like, they're so good. Thank you. But people do. I've seen people like prefer the Elite 16 over this still, which I don't know about that, pal. In my opinion,
I got them both, so I can tell you, like, it has nothing on this figure. The only thing that it has is the white is brighter on the kick pads. Other than that, that's the only thing that I would give that as an advantage. And I guess the shirt fits a little better.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like the shirt was a little baggy as well. And I got the Mattel Creations CM Punk in hand recently, which we could talk about that for a little bit to end off the episode. But you know, I got that recently, and I put this shirt on that, and it's like his boyfriend's like oversized shirt. You know what I mean? It's like one of those. It looks like Punk's boyfriend's oversized shirt that he sleeps in from time to time. It's his night shirt, exactly. He sleeps in it from time to time. It's his night shirt. But you know, yeah, exactly that. And DMF, do we want to go through your list as well? Punky PJs, exactly that. Punky PJs. So this is DMF's list. So Dream Match Figs, guys. If you aren't following Dream Match Figs, the showrunner of Figure Friday, man, he's in the description. Make sure you give him some love, okay? Show him some love. These are his honorable mentions, I believe. Let me grab what his write-up is. So, the Devil, MJF Unrivaled 15. The best articulation of any figure this year and maybe ever? Oh, hot
Whoa.
take right there, DMF.
Yeah.
This figure can do many impossible poses. It has so much utility for a fedder like me. I can use this figure in so many different ways. That's very, very fair. I mean, this devil figure it was great, man. I really like this one. I like the chip as well, the poker chip. Put it on your Money in the Bank set. This poker chip. But it's great to get a devil finally, especially with how much they were showing that storyline on TV at a time. And the
I took that
Jazzwares-
head. I took that
Yeah.
head and I put it on the Target 2-pack Max with the soft goods robe. It is
Oh,
the
yes.
perfect entrance Max. So
Bro, I actually think I have that over in my on my shelves. I think I have that exact setup that you're talking about with the mask on. It's
Yeah.
I think that's the way to display my MJF. So, and as you were saying, DMF, we got Jazzwares Vault Ring of Honor Bryan Danielson. Wanted this figure for so long, so happy to finally get it. Yeah, especially this era of Danielson, right? Switch out the torso and it's absolutely perfect. Like, especially the hair sculpted, he looks like an emo boy. He's gonna sing "When I Was a Young Boy." He's gonna sing all that stuff. And moving on, what's another honorable mention that you might have? Oh, LWO 5-pack Joaquin Wilde, underrated figure of an underrated talent. Deco on this figure is just super good. Feels great in hand, great likeness, and it's properly cut belly shirt as well. And it's a pretty perfect figure. So this is one of the. I didn't want to have to grab that 5-pack because I only wanted bits and pieces of that 5-pack, if I'm honest. And this Joaquin Wilde was one of those. Just because of the deco that's on the actual gear itself. Like the different hits of blue, the shades of pink, with the yellow as well. I mean, that's absolutely can't go wrong with that. And this Dragon Lee too. I got that recently. Beautiful, beautiful figure in my opinion. Do you have any of these ones?
I do. I think that he's totally spot on the LWO pack and especially this figure. And I do have this Dragon Lee. He does have like the rubber coat that you can't move in, but
Yeah.
I just can't stop seeing like a grandpa in his tidy whities when I say this. Like
I do, yeah. I like the articulation for one because we're in a world now where like articulation you could get like restricted legs, right? Like it's slow fixes are being put into place, but still like this Dragon Lee articulation wise, it's like it sticks out, man. It really does stick out in a time where articulation is maybe like hindered on most figures, right? Like this is a smaller figure and this was really great in hand in my opinion. And Dream Match is saying in our producer chat, tidy whities, exactly that. Most underrated elite this year of Dragon Lee, DMF says. Great formula, great articulation, likeness. The only thing holding him back was the somewhat plain gear choice. Yeah, happy to finally get him in figure form. Give me all the luchadors. Exactly that, dude. And let's get on to the top 5 of DMF. So, we've got the Jazzwares Vault Supreme Malachi Black, which is, I can't even believe I missed this in my honorable mentions and my top list, right? His formula may not be perfect, but everything else about this figure is. Besides some scale issues, the deco on 2 sets of legs, the multiple masked heads and multiple painted face heads, 3 cloth good robes, just so much good here. It also has what I would vote on as best packaging of 2025. Hey, that's a good little seg too. Best packaging of 2025. What do you have this Malachi, and what do you think of this?
I like it a lot more than the first Malachi. Although that one had the like iconic mask, whatever that he had, but I think that this is a really good figure. I like the full face paint on it. I like the like deer horn, whatever this thing is.
Yeah, what do you call that? Yeah, the antlers.
I don't know. I'm not satanic enough, I guess, but like.
You're not occult enough.
I know. I've got to study up on the occult to better understand this figure, but it's really cool, and I've got it on display with my House of Black. But yeah, it's definitely one of the best Jazzwares figures of the year.
Yeah, Dream Match is saying he's from Nosferatu, actually. I see it. I can absolutely. He's from Transylvania in the 19th century. I can absolutely see that. But yeah, like the antlers for one. Oh, sorry, DreamMax. I want to say the antlers for one makes Michael Cole very, very happy. All right, moving on to your number 4 is the Ultimate Edition Money in the Bank CM Punk. What more can we say about this, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if this is gonna be a CM Punk Ultimate Edition episode, if we talk more on this, but this is like absolutely can't blame you for having this in your list. Number 3 is gonna be matching you. Like it's the ringside exclusive Jay White. Probably my vote for best standard unrivaled style figure Jazzwares has ever made. Definitely in the top 5. That's dude. I don't actually blame you for that. Absolutely don't blame you because like articulation wise, everything wise, like Justin was saying, the ripples on the tights, super unique to Jay White, and I think they turned out really, really nice.
Kenny Omega wants to chat on that one, but you know.
Kenny Omega is on the phone. But number 2, Ultimate Edition 20, Roman Reigns. Dream Match says, despite some repeat head sculpts, the new torso and new boots took this figure off the charts for me. My favorite Roman figure ever. Absolutely, probably agree with that Roman sentiment. This is probably the best Roman that's out at the moment, in my opinion. I think just torso wise, execution wise, you get the nice red boots, right? And I think his more updated elites now has the red boots. So it's like, would you get the elite with red boots or this Ultimate Edition with red boots if you had to pick one? And I'd pick this one, right? So I do like. Oh, I'm burping. That's when you know it's true, right? That's what people say. That's the premonition, I think. I don't know. That's too big a word for me, I think. But absolutely don't blame you for that. And number 1, Ultimate Edition 21, Cody Rhodes. Absolutely. Dude, oh man. Give me this all day. I love the gold on this. For one, I will say the finish of gold on this is probably, I think it just stands out, especially if you have it on the shelf. Easily the best Roman to date. Yeah, that high wrestling guy, might have to agree with you there, dude. Abso-freaking-lutely. So those were our top 5 lists, man. And thank you for freaking joining us if you damn did. I think, we
got 2 questions in this chat that are trying to keep us here for another hour. Like,
yeah, exactly. We're going to do like a Steve O's, a 3-hour episode. Jacob the Wrestling Fan says, first time to lines, you want the AEW or Elite WWE line. I want Javon Evans, Satnam Singh, the Beast Mortis, the Outrunners, Chase U, Julia, Motor City Machine Guns, and a Chaos Project 2. Bro, everything you just said. Yeah. Absolute, I'd have to agree with Javon Evans, Mortos, absolutely. I mean, I think is it the MLW figure of the Mortos?
I feel, or the boss fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a show next week that we got to do. Like, this is like our most wanted next week, which I'm sure we'll have a ton of news in between now and then too.
Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. And for one, I'm excited for that because I did not expect this episode to already broach an hour and then some, right? So, guys, if you want to tune into next week, we'll definitely go through our most wanted for 2025 and talk all on that. Because, dude, we need to pump some more content out for you guys, and I think that's the way. And also, I want to give. Okay, we'll give a quick little energy to this. Okay, we'll probably leave off this in my opinion. I think just because it is in the news now. We're on the fly. We're on the fly, pal. Okay, we're loosey goosey here. Nick, Justin, and DMF. Before you sign off, can I get your opinion on AI in figure photography? I'm curious how you feel about this current trend. Do you want to start it off, Justin, or should I? Should I give my hot take?
I'm torn on it because it's a hobby. People are having fun with it. That's fine. I just don't want to lose the artistic element that so many out there do for this community, whether it's like MBEG 1211 or Matthew Goldberg. There are so many great figure photographers out there doing things. Zerpy, I could keep going, and I'll feel bad because I'm leaving people off. I already am, but I just would hate to lose some of that, seeing the great things that people are creating, on their own without, AI, doing weird things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a fair point to have. For one, I want to say this and broach this as well. Like, what we're saying isn't the right answer. These are just what we think, right? These are like opinions. Everyone's gonna have different opinions. You know, it's and that's fair go. You know, I think like at the end of the day, what's more important is like being able to accept those different opinions. Like I've seen people are like really like this, they really like the AI stuff, or people who are really against it, right? So you have like two sides of the same coins, kind of like saying their piece on this. In my opinion, I thought it was cool when I first saw it. And like Dream Match, I'll get Dream Match's opinions as well. Dream Match says, I think it's really good when it's used to create stuff that was impossible before, like crowds moving and cheering. We all have very complicated takes. We'll give more of next week. Exactly that. You know, I thought it was cool at first seeing it, but I think like I agree with DMF there. Probably like when it comes to crowd moving and cheering, like I could see that absolutely. Most of the time, the AI animation doesn't even move in the way the figure would. Joe M says that's another way to put it as well. Like I think the problem I have with it is how, or not the problem I have with it. Like I'm the bearer of everything in this community, but like my opinion on it is I think when it became a trend and it grew so quickly, it was like, oh no. Like I started seeing it on my feed more than I would see figure photography or stop mo on my feed. And I think that when it comes to like that, because the algorithms, because it's new, it's going to be hot, it's fresh. Rob says, as someone with a daughter going to college for art, I can't get behind it. But in saying that, whoever posted the Cactus Jack with barbed wire bat on fire was, yeah, exactly. Like there's some instances where it's pretty cool. It's like, oh damn, it's like you didn't know you could recreate that. But I don't want pages to rely on it. I don't want pages to have to rely on doing that instead of, because I think that diminishes the original figure photography that you took in the first place to then animate into an AI thing, if that makes any sense.
Makes sense to me. I mean, there are people who touch up their photos, and everybody does when they're posting them. But I think that this is, you know, a different level. But then, you know, if people are having fun with it and it's hard to like get down on, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I just don't really want to see like everything in my feed be an AI animation of things. I'd rather see like I feel old saying this, but like scrolling through like a bunch of photos that AOP does, you know, like doing a pic fed. And I think he does amazing work with his pic fed. I'd rather see that than, you know, an animation of Triple H or spitting water, whatever it is. And that's not a shot at anybody, you know, it's just whatever.
And like cool instances, in my opinion, is stuff like that Triple H spitting water. It's like, oh damn, well his figure's not gonna spit real water, but like, I'd like to see that, you know, try and be undertaken in a stop motion kind of, you know, angle instead of AI. You know what I mean? So like, there's stuff I'd rather, but again, people are having fun with it, so I can't really knock that. And it's not like I'm the gatekeeper of the community. It's not like everything I say is going to be like, oh, you got to stop this, pal. You got to stop this. So it's like, yeah, exactly. If people are having fun at the end of the day, I had a great conversation with Dream Match about it too. Also, cooties. Cootie. Ew,
that's what you have.
If you do AI, guys, you have cooties. No, no. Also, kudos on the Dusty t-shirt. I nearly said Dustin, bro. Get me out of here.
I think that's a good way to end it, right?
Yeah, dude. Any final words, Dream Match, before we get out of here as well? And I want to thank everyone in here for joining the stream. If you guys did stick by, even for a second, if you guys were in here for like 10 minutes, or even like 5 minutes, or even a minute, and you were like, I don't like what I'm seeing, and then even left, more power to you, okay? More power to you. And Dream Match, nothing from him, but he says come back next week. So that's when you know you have to strap in and you have to come back next week. Thank you guys for joining. I'll translate to Australian next time, and thank you. I need an on-site translator to Australian and from Australian to American. Okay? Just so we have all bases covered. But Justin, where can the people find you out there?
WrestlingFigureNews.com, and that's the website. And then WrestleFig News Pod is where you can find me on Instagram.
Hell yeah. You can find me everywhere at Nick Storm Review. Everywhere you gosh darn can. I can be annoying with it. Yeah, baby. We can go to Pro Wrestling Tees if you guys want to get some swag, make your wardrobe insanely dripped out. For one, I have the metal icon that I actually wear around the house a lot. I'm a mark for myself, dude, okay? My girlfriend made the design, so I love them, okay? The beautiful stuff. If you guys want to go over there, go to Pro Wrestling Tees, search up Nick Storm, or you can even head to my link tree as well, which is in the description, and go for yourself if you want to find everywhere you gosh darn can, everything Nick Storm. We got Discord servers, we've got no Discord servers, we have Instagrams, we have no Instagrams, no, we've got everything. No, I don't even want to do that impression right now. But you can find me everywhere you gosh darn can at Nick Storm Review, and at Dream Match Figs too as well. I want to thank him, give a special thanks to putting this as the slides together, man. This was like our first go around, so I'm hoping you guys enjoyed it, man. But I know I did, and hell, there's not a Figure Friday without a hiccup here and there, okay, or even a burp here and there.
You got one?
No, I was trying, and it just didn't happen. Gulp. Yeah, it just didn't happen. But guys, I want to give a special thanks to you as well, and I will see you here next week, 7 p.m. EST. Bye-bye! Did you enjoy this stream? Well, good, because after this stream ends, make sure to go onto my channel and binge watch every single one of my videos, because they're guaranteed a good chuckle or two. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye!
Nick Storm, the Australian icon.